We're taking a look at the second round of the NFL Draft. Eric, in the first round, there was a shocker that I think everyone was surprised to see Bruce Irvin going to the Seahawks in the middle of the round. The second round, it was the New England Patriots. I mean, they're never one to shy away from making a big pick here and there, but TAVON Wilson, I think a lot of people didn't even know who he was.
You're looking to me for answers? I had to look him up. I had to go to Nolan Naraki for this one, but a lesser-known defensive back from Illinois. You know, kind of hurt himself, I think, by being selfless, going from corner to safety to corner in college, doing it for the team. He's a young kid. He's 21, but he was a captain last year, really served an important leadership position. Lost both his parents and also lost a teammate, so he's been through a lot mentally. I think he's seen as a mentally tough guy. Got to improve in coverage, though. We'll see where he ends up. Corner, safety, it's yet to be determined. Another Bill Belichick move with a head scratch involved.
It's funny how it depends on what team it is. Some teams would take him and people would just rip him. The Patriots take him and it's like, oh, he must know something. The Patriots obviously know something about him. There was also a run of offensive linemen in the middle of the draft early on, really. 5 of the 8 picks at one point were offensive linemen, including some guys that we expected maybe to go in the first round.
Yeah, Mitchell Schwartz, big right tackle for the Browns. They solved that position they needed to do. And Amini Silatola, the kid from Midwestern State, a lot of people thought could creep in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, a power run blocker. Cody Glenn, they say they're going to try him at left tackle. Probably ends up being more of a right tackle or a guard, but still, it seemed like good value there. Everybody really liked this kid a lot. You know, with Eric Wood, they've got a tough group up front. Jonathan Martin, athletic tackle. Jeff Allen, also an athletic guy. He might be a guard. And then the Steelers farther down the line made an interesting pick with Mike Adams. Count-wise, everybody feels like maybe he's a first-rounder, but the character concerns are so deep. And supposedly he's foregoing a signing bonus in order to give the insurance to the Steelers that he's going to come to play.
Yeah, no doubt the talent after the Senior Bowl. I think people liked him a lot, but his stock kind of dropped as we got closer to the draft. Another surprise pick, I think, for a lot of people, the 49ers, despite the fact that they have a bunch of running backs, take Michael James from Oregon.
Yeah, I think even though James is a quick back, a scat back, I think it's very likely that either Anthony Dixon or Brandon Jacobs is not going to make this team. And Jacobs is kind of a one-dimensional guy, doesn't play special teams. But let's talk about James a little bit. I mean, just an explosive guy with great vision. I mean, look, if you can't get a wide receiver, you can at least dump it off to this guy and let him just scoot down the field. Does he play the same role as Kendall Hunter last year? I don't know. That's the big question. I think they have some similar skill sets.
It seems like the Saints, where they have a bunch of running backs and they use them in slightly different roles, but all of them weapons in their own right. You figure you can't have too many weapons. The 49ers starting to stockpile. And then the Denver Broncos. We were wondering who they would get as their quarterback of the future. Now that Tim Tebow is gone, we know that Peyton's there, but he's not there forever.
Right.
They get Brock Osweiler from ASU.
And everyone talks about his height, but the Broncos aren't worried about it. They say he sees the field very well for his height. That's not a disadvantage. They met with him the week before the draft, kind of centered in on him at that point, and they kind of targeted him, and they got him exactly where they wanted. Got Derek Wolfe at the top of the round, so a couple interesting picks. We just don't know what we've got in these guys. You've got an overachieving defensive lineman and maybe a little bit of an underachieving quarterback who's got a lot of growth, but who better to learn from than Peyton Manning? I think he'll get his chance.
I'm curious to see how that works. We've never really seen a quarterback, be mentored by Peyton.
True.
The Colts never drafted anyone high or really put anyone of significance behind Peyton. Now Brock Osweiler would be that guy in Denver with Peyton as the starter. That's a look at the second round. Keep checking back to ProFootballWeekly.com for more draft information.